Oh my gosh. Your boy! Yes! 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 Hello everybody, it is Streamboy here, and yes, I am back finally after a slight hiatus. Yeah, so I'm back. It's been a smidge. So as you can see, I now have racing gloves, which look nice. Simhound, please sponsor me if you want. I'm gonna use them. They're really good. I like them. I just bought these because I did have to get a new rim. Don't know if I've had my rim since I've last talked to you guys, but I had to get a new rim because my last rim broke. So yeah, that's a whole thing. But on to the actual subject of this video. It's this. The 959 Evo. Or, why do I keep on saying Evo? Oh, redo that, redo it. This is the 959. Now, this is Porsche's 80s magnum opus, I would say. This car was insane. It was made initially for the Group B rally regulations, but Group B kind of died before they actually got to put it into action. So, they made it really cool. This car was, at one point, the fastest production car in the world, which just gives it such an amazing just legacy behind it. It did so many things right. It was one of those cars that was just incredible. One slight problem: it was banned in the US, and that was due to the fact that Porsche didn't really feel like doing the safety standards for the US. So they built it to only EU, or European, safety standards. And so, unlike the myth is, it wasn't because they didn't send enough cars in for crash testing or didn't feel like it. It was literally because it wasn't built towards the safety standards. So, it just was nixed at all. And as the title says of this video, this car changed the law. So I'm going to tell that story as we get into driving it. Alright, so as we get into this car, so we're here at the Nürburgring, so we're just going to be starting here. So, this car has a history with somebody that I think almost everyone at this point would know, Bill Gates. Now, the reason that Bill Gates is a part of the story of the 959 is due to the fact that Bill Gates in 1988 saw the 959 in Europe and said, "I want that car." And so Bill Gates bought this car. He had the money for it. Microsoft was getting really big, and it still wasn't the mega giant that it is today. But Bill Gates wanted this car. It's just such a desirable car. And so Bill Gates, instead of, just keeping the car in Europe, tries to ship it into the US. And since he tries to do that, as I am getting stuck between these two gears, and the reason that he's trying to do that is due to the fact that he just wants to drive it in the US. He doesn't want to go over to Europe and have to just go drive a car. He wants his car where he lives, which is completely understandable, to be honest. And so what Bill Gates does is he lobbies Congress to change the law. So this car, if you've ever heard of the way that some people have been able to get cars into the US, is called the show and display law. And this is something that Bill Gates actually was the reason that it's around. Coming into this corner. Now this car is very fast. High speeds. Oh, it's a little unruly. Does have ABS, surprisingly. Oh, I don't know if that's just the mod being bad, but I don't know. But Bill Gates, he tried to get this car in 1988, and it got held up in customs instead of destroyed because he asked them to and probably paid them to not destroy the car, because this thing was becoming his baby. You see me be terrible at driving a manual car. Good thing my daily is an automatic. And Bill Gates, like I said, he really wanted to drive this car. So what he does is he literally goes to Congress, as I've said, and lobbies, and it takes almost 13 years. So he buys this car in 88, or I think early 88, and it takes... Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. Oh, that hurts. Ow. It's a little bit unruly, like I said, so we're going to restart here. So, as I was saying, 13 years go by. In 1999, he finally gets the law passed. And it took forever, because it's U.S. Congress, and that's not really surprising. Not to get political, because we're not. Not a political channel. Not yet. Not ever. I like racing too much. So this law, what it does, if you never heard of this law, is it basically, instead of having your car be... Oh, God. Instead of having your car be a normal car, instead, you can just have it as a quote-unquote show and display car. And so what that means is the car is legally not allowed to drive on U.S. roads for more than 2,500 miles. So 2,500 miles, and you're done for the year. You can only drive it that much in a year. It's a way so that people can get collector cars in, but that don't meet safety standards yet. But that was also Bill Gates could drive his 959 in the U.S. Which is just, it's just... So, when he bought this car, this was the fastest car in the world. By the time he actually got to drive this car in the US, the McLaren F1 was the fastest car in the world. And it'd be in this car, and its S version, S variant, by over almost 40 miles an hour in top speed, which was just incredible for the time. The F40, I believe, also beat it, because it was the fastest car in the world for a little bit. But this car was the top dog for a while. Actually, I think it was only top golf for like a year. So, the craziest thing is, by the time that Bill Gates actually got to, like, use this car as a car, Microsoft probably had grown over $1 billion. Or probably close... Ooh, boy. As I said, it's unruly. I can't... Nope. Oh, God. I would be banned from the Nürburgring. I am going to get one lap in. So yeah, that's the entire story about how this car, crazy enough, was banned from the US. Well, it was banned from the US, but how it changed the US law, all because Bill Gates wanted a car. That's really it. Bill Gates wanted his own car to drive, and he really wanted this car out of anything. But yeah, this car is an incredible car. Now, it only has just under 500 horsepower. But it had all-wheel drive. And for the time, that was pretty high horsepower. I mean, the only reason some cars these days that are for top speed really have that much horsepower is due to the fact that they're heavier. The big thing with this car is when the S variant came out and it hit 211 miles an hour, or 320, somewhere around there, somewhere around the 300 mark, kilometers an hour. Don't quote me on that. I'll probably put something up on the screen. They'll tell you how much that is. These corners are hard. Okay. So, is because this car was just light. That was the main drawback. With the S variant, or not drawback, but the main, like, help to the fact of it being so fast was it was just super light. And when they removed all the creature comforts from it, that's when it hit the 211. They added they squeaked out a little bit more horsepower. It's about 50 more horsepower out of the engine. But they also removed power windows. They removed the air conditioning. They just removed all the creature comforts from this car and just said, let's make it fast. And that's what they did. They made it crazy fast for the time. Now it's just like you see 211, that's some new supercars are just like easily can do that. The craziest part is the fact that this car's like was really good in racing too. Number one, it won the Dakar Rally, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. I will put something up whether it did. I think it did. I did my research for this video. I just completely blanked out on that part. And I locked up again, and I'm hitting a wall. Oh, and that one was a bad one. Oh, what is happening? What is happening? What? That noise you can hear from my microphone is my wheel freaking out. Look at the speedometer! What just happened? Oh, I broke the wheel. I slid it so hard, I hit it the wall so hard, it dug the wheels under, and then the one wheel got stuck under the ground. Oh my god. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. So, yeah, after my car became a Beyblade, I've never seen that before. Of course I did it at the same exact corner, too. I just immediately crashed it. Down just a second through here. I was gonna try and focus and get a good lap going. Beat you guys back up at that point where I usually crash. Alright, so back to talking about this car, because it's an amazing car. Also, ignore the fact that the lap time is invalid. We're just gonna go with it at this point. This car's a handful, but I love driving it. It's actually really fun to drive. It's just one of those cars that really packs a punch, in my opinion. So, yeah, talking about the car again, still. If you see the new Porsche 911, the Safari, and you see the livery that, like, they like to use for it, like that blue and white one, that one's based off of the Dakar car from this car. This thing was an absolute legend in that race, because it was just such a weird car. Like, most of the time when you look at the car now, it's a lot, like, more like off-road SUV type vehicles. But this thing, I hate this third gear, it's so long. I can't change it though. But this car just had something else with it, and it just looked so different. And I could have only imagined what would happen if this thing wasn't Group B. Because that's, if you don't know what Group B is, it was probably the craziest rally cars ever. Like, scary rally cars. This had the Audi Quattro, the Lotus Stratos, just everything. If it was scary, all-wheel drive, except for the Stratos, and fast, it had that. This car was built for that field, and I think it would have done insane in there, because it was just it's such a different car than what was else there at the time. It was known as possibly the most technically advanced car of that era. It was truly, I know that this is a joke, but it was built different. Ooh. Missed the... Been doing a lot of iRacing on the Nürburgring, which, if you guys want to see more iRacing videos, please leave a comment down below and leave a like. And also, if you like this video, where it's more like, almost kind of video essay-like? I don't know, I wouldn't say that. Where I just talk about, like, a different story that's surrounding a car. please also leave a like down below. I like doing this type of video. It's very cool and it's very fun. I like researching stuff, so I know that that's probably a weird thing for somebody to say, but researching stuff is actually really fun for me. Also, if you please, and if you're new to the channel and you do enjoy today's video, please consider subscribing and maybe turning on the notifications for my channel. I really want to try and grow this channel and do more with it. And if asking you to subscribe helps, as I've been told by many other YouTubers it does, not personally, but in the scene, then please do consider subscribing, as it would greatly improve what I can do with this channel, especially if I can, of course, at some point get monetized. Ooh. Okay, we're just going to ignore that hit. Damage goes away. Did not see it. This is where this thing's full potential can get let out all the way to the max. Coming up into here, down into third. Actually, I didn't even need to shift down into third, I think. Maybe just for cornering. Now down, definitely into third. Keep it in third, coming into carousel 2. Hard on the brakes. Not going to shift down to second, as third builds too fast. Up into fourth. Now this is where this car really is going to shine. Here we go. This thing has 6 gears. I've only been up into 5th yet. On this really long straight. Of course, this goes slightly uphill, so it does not help it. But yeah, this car was fast. And I have a personal connection with this car because this is one of the first cars I modded. Added things to in Forza Horizon when I first got it. This car was really good in Forza Horizon 2 specifically. Great game. So as we come across the line for an 846.6, which actually for a road car would probably have been pretty good at that time. Even though I totally didn't do anything. Nothing happened in that lap. There was no spin in that lap. I just noticed that I'm driving another lap. I'm supposed to be ending this video, but this car is so fun, I'm gonna might try and do another one. Especially now that I have the car under me, finally. Let's see how fast I can go. I'm just gonna do one more. Not gonna talk for most of this one, just see what lap time I can do. And if I crash, then you'll see it. If there's one thing I love doing, and this probably is gonna, I don't know if it's gonna make the video or not, I might forget too, but I love driving the wheels off of cars. It's just something about taking even like a road car that you wouldn't think would be too fun to drive around the Nürburgring, especially an 80s high performance car, because those things could be beasts sometimes. Just being able to throw it around a track like this at speed, it's just so much fun. .826.0. Okay, wow. Yeah. So, I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, once again, please go down in the comments and think about subscribing. It would be very much so appreciated. And if you would like, please just go watch some other videos of mine. I would really appreciate that too. Just try and get everything you can out about my channel, as I really want to grow this channel, and I feel as if this is the content I love doing. This is truly the content I love doing. So please, leave a like, and maybe hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment about what your favorite part of the story was. And if you survived all the way to the end of this video at this point, please do something funny in chat, or do something funny in the comments. Tell me your best dad joke in the comments if you made it all the way to this far. Thank you, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. See ya!